Ready, set, art. We're going to do a canyon study. A canyon study where it looks like we have these cliffs that go down into some type of ravine or valley, and we'll have a water feature going through. Okay, so this is a good study later, because when you're trying to figure out landscapes and how do you do waterfalls, how do you do cliffs, and things like that, this is good practice for that. So I want to show you how to create this type of shaping, how to make it go down like this, and then I want to show you how to figure out the water part and plan it all out. Let's get started. Okay, so I want to start by creating the wall or this other cliff that the waterfall is going to come down from. And I'm going to put in these edges like this, okay? Then I skip a space for the water, and then I kind of go down and up like this. Now from here, if I draw a few lines kind of going up here and there, it kind of reminds us of how nature is with those little rocks coming up, right? So I kind of just go back and forth like this, putting these in, okay? And I know that's where my water is going to be, so that's the part coming down. And then I'm going to create a little pool of it right here. Later I can add rocks, kind of going around it, right? And then maybe some rocks right here. So more water kind of comes down. And then there'll be kind of like this crash right here. Okay. Now, what do I do here? So this one's kind of easy, but I want you to be careful doing one particular thing, but I'll just kind of get started. So I'm going to go like this, and then really far out, then maybe not as far out, super far out, kind of random, back and forth. And then as I get to here, I'm going to go off center, not totally center, go this way. All right, next section. So start here where the water is, go back and forth, maybe really far in, going in front of the waterfall. Yeah, let's do that. Extra far, and like this, and then meets up here. Okay, so obviously I'm going to have to erase part of my waterfall, and that's okay. Then from here, I'm going to bring some lines down. Watch. Another line, another line, another line. One here, one here, one here. Okay. Let's try another one right here. Sometimes you get to a point where it looks like this, where it actually lines up, and I don't like that, so I go back and I correct it. So I don't have that. Look, this one's kind of in front of the waterfall, right? Okay, so I'm going to draw this. For you guys, you would erase this, right? You would erase this and then put in your color. Later I'm going to, I'm just going to go ahead for you guys, because I'm doing a demo, draw it a little darker so that you can see on one side what I'm doing. Now, like right there, I don't like that. I think I'm going to just go ahead and bring that out a little further. Okay. Just like this. Now this is the part where the waterfall goes down, right? And like I said, this little cliff goes in front of it. Again, I normally wouldn't draw this dark, but I'm only doing this demo-wise so that you can see what we're doing. Okay. All right. So here's our basic line drawing. Look at how the cliffs are right here. That's very, very cool. Now let me show you a common mistake. I'll go ahead and go to this side. All right, is this. You're probably already seeing what's going on. They're all lined up, right? Composition-wise, now maybe that is like that in real life, but composition-wise, as an artist, does it look good? Not really. So you would need to go back and have it either go really far out or go really far in. That way it creates some visual interest. Visual interest. Okay, so color-wise, there's no such thing as purple in the dirt, but that's what I used. So I used some purples here. I used some cross-hatching. That means it's like a plus sign in some areas to create some shadowing and some contrast against the blue. And then I used some burgundies here to finish this piece. Can you make it more fantasy-like? There's some really cool ones that I've seen where they add little bridges. Okay, so I put like a rainbow shape right in the middle, like this. Right? If you're a tourist, you might want to be right in front of the waterfall. So I'm going to put this here, but you would need a little fence, a little rail. So I'll put that there. And there would need to be one right there. See that? So you could technically be a little person right here, right? Capturing a picture. That's a person taking a picture. He has a camera. You can't tell, but it's there. A little camera taking a picture of that waterfall. Alright, so water. I'm going to use some blues. And I'm going to use some streaking. Now, I'm going to go ahead and lightly erase because I don't like having graphite in the middle of my colored pencil. Graphite has clay in it. It mixes with the wax and the colored pencil, and it's not a good look. Not a good look. Sorry, I was testing out colors. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just start kind of lightly streaking here and there. Just like this. See, I'm kind of trying to leave that part white. I'm going to come back to it in just a moment. Just a moment. Then I'm going to use this lighter blue to kind of put these billowing mist clouds here. And as I do that, once I have this lighter part, I kind of go right above this one here and fade it up. Fade it up. Creating a shadow behind the mist. A shadow behind the mist. See that? And then I'm going to put some over here. Just like that. Now, water kind of ripples out from that point, correct? Ripples out. Ripples out. I haven't touched this section yet. I'm not there yet. Ripples out. And I'm going to add some values in a moment. And then because light hits this edge, it should mostly stay white. So I'm just going to add a few little lines here. See how I kept that blank? There's a reason. Just lighter versions. And that makes it look like here's the ripple that hit and went this way into the pool, and then it's going down. I'm going to go ahead and put some lighter parts here. Naturally, because the light's hitting here, it should be lighter there. That comes down. And then you would go in with your darker colors. Whoops, is that a purple? Yes, I don't want that color. Alright, and then I'm going to use some darker colors. Right? And as it goes down through here, it's going to get even darker. Right? Even darker. I would add some darker colors here as well. So now I'm kind of going around my little water misting clouds. Gently though, because I don't want to take too much of the white values away. That white tone. See how it's starting to create that little cloud? So the water here should be darker, right? So I'm going to go ahead, again, creating that ripple effect. There's a rock right here, so I'm going to kind of go around it. Remember the rock. Okay. So you can see if I kept going value-wise, I'm getting to here. Sometimes blending-wise, it's a good idea to go in with your white. And so let me show you what I mean. I'm going to go ahead and put some more streaking values in here. Okay. Just like that. A few more right here. Okay. So I go in with the white. White acts as a blending tool. So I kind of go over it and even into the white areas. So it has a more finished look. And if it still doesn't have a very finished look, then just kind of go in and gently blend on top to make it look better. Of course, you notice in art, not everything is super fast. So you have to just take your time with layering, right? With some layering. See that? See, that's starting to look more finished. This looks unfinished, right? Because it's kind of scratchy looking. Whereas here we spent some time layering. We put the first medium tone down, then we took a darker tone, then I went with white, and then I went back with my medium tone to blend on top of the white that we put down, and that creates a little more finished look, which you would apply to the rest of the piece, right? So when you do this design, normally I would ask for rough drafts, but this is the type of thing where when it's a study, you need to just get going on it. I would say just in general, what you want to avoid is creating this. Yuck, I don't like it. Alright, so if I see that, I'm going to say, can you go back and change that? Because I don't like it. Right, so here, you know, it kind of goes back and forth. This is a practice. I want you to try practicing this type of canyon look. It might be fun to make it more personal by adding a little bridge. You can do that. Now, sometimes students ask me, can I have another river coming down this way, some more waterways? You can. I've seen it done before. But I do want to see the waterfall, and I want to see how it lightens up and darkens in some areas. So as a finished piece, ideally it looks something like this. You wanted this to be more green and this to be dark blues. I think that's fine. That's fine. I would be careful with traditional colors such as green, brown, blue. Those colors don't work very well together. So if you have to use a brown, I'll show you what I mean. Well, that brown is not sharpened. Here we go. Okay. If you have to use a brown, right? Because kids think, oh, dirt is brown. I'm going to use brown. Right? Here's this ugly brown. The problem with this brown compared to this blue, and I'll show you in a minute. Hold on. Let me fill it in. Oops, there's my phone. Hold on just a second. That has a red tone to it, and therefore it doesn't work very well with this. And you would have to go in with maybe a purple to get that going. See that? Now it's starting to work. I might even go in with some blue. Now that's working better. That's a better match with the blue. So just take into consideration your color choices when putting it all together. Thank you and good luck.